Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and the PTR client for Overwatch has updated. Now, in case you don't know what this is where test versions of the game are, well, tested. However, they've changed the way this works now, because what they're going to do is push loads of changes onto this server so they can be properly tested by the community, and then change them as needed. Because before, what they've done is they would, like, basically put a patch onto this, which they were already really going to launch, and then you wouldn't really see many changes from the PTR till launch. However, now it's going to be totally different, and there are some radical changes right now in the PTR. So, first one we're going to speak about is D.Va, because D.Va has had possibly the most obvious changes, let's say. So, her total HP is up to 600 from 500. So what she's got now is 400 armor and 200 health. This makes her quite a bit more tanky. She also moves faster when she fires. This, honestly, is absolutely huge. You can see this in the two clips that are playing in the background now. On the one side, you've got the PTR. On the other side, you've got the live. And you can see how fast she is moving on the PTR. She is moving twice as fast as far as my calculations go. We don't have any official patch notes just yet, but you can clearly see D.Va is moving much, much faster. Next up, we've got May. May's been buffed. But just wait a second. It's not like you think it is. It's not like, oh my god, what the hell have Blizzard done? What they've done is increased her ultimate range. Okay. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, that's a bit mad. Why would they do that? But they have, okay. The next thing they've done, though, is they've sped up the way this activates. So it activates quicker. So when you throw the ultimate, the weather drone out, or whatever the hell it's called, it instantly drops the blizzard. There is no delay now. It's straight away, it's on the floor. Now, this kind of does make sense to me, because I remember Blizzard were talking about how they compared May's ultimate to Reinhardt's ultimate. They're both kind of crowd control ultimates, and they kind of do the same thing. Although you could argue May's is a little bit stronger. I don't know. But Reinhardt's is instant. When Reinhardt goes to pop his ultimate, his hammer hits the ground, and that's it. Well, it's as instant as it is given the time he can put his hammer to the ground. Like, if you're falling from the sky and you try and hammer down, well, it's going to take time until you hit the ground. But it's pretty much instant. Whereas the Blizzard from May, she'd throw it, and then you've got a little bit of notice, and you could kind of get out of it. Now, you're not getting out of it. It's going to freeze you. She throws this at you, you're froze, which is... yeah, May's really strong at the moment, so this is kind of interesting why they've done that. I'll let you guys discuss that in the comments below, because I know you all like May. We have some new UI changes. Now, you can see the quick play versus AI, custom game has been changed, and also when you go into the training menu, you get different menus there. Just a minor change, I guess. I'm not really too sure why they've done that. I mean, it looks cleaner than the older design, so I guess that's why. Whatever, that's fine. Take that with a pinch of salt. It's great. Now, the most interesting thing for me is Soldier 76. He is a beast. Now, you've got to remember, these patch, or the way that they're patching the game on the PTR now, they will... well, it's based around the idea of fast iteration. So what that means is you can quickly throw out changes really quick. If they don't work, change them, and change them, and change them, and keep changing stuff. So everything you're seeing in this video is not set in stone. This is not going to make its way to live. Not yet. It's going to require testing. So Soldier, on paper, it only sounds minor. His projectile damage, so one bullet from his gun, used to do 17 damage. It now does 20, so that's 3 extra damage. Doesn't sound that good, but when you think about how fast Soldier fires, it's actually a substantial buff to his damage output. Also, it would appear that his spread pattern has been reset to how it was in the olden days. So Soldier, he's got 4 shots that are super accurate, then he starts to spread, but when he stops firing, it instantly resets his spread pattern, and he can just keep firing away. There are some murmurs saying that maybe his biotic field is slightly bigger. I can't tell if it is just yet. I'm not sure. As I said, we need to wait for the official patch notes before we can confirm that. But as I said, these patch notes are just going to keep getting updated and changing all the time. But Soldier is doing more damage. Now, this is very interesting because Soldier... I thought Soldier was going to come back into the game just before Iconfold was released. Soldier was in a... I don't know, he seemed like he was in a decent place, but he's still totally and utterly eclipsed by McCree. Like, there is no reason to take Soldier when you can take McCree. Now, it looks like Soldier has become the beast at medium range, and I mean the beast. Like, short range, maybe you could still give that to McCree, because McCree's got the flashbang. Soldier can't control, like, a tracer diving onto him. But at medium range, Soldier is pumping out damage like you would not believe. It is ridiculous. He feels so much more powerful, which I think is a good change. The problem is, I think we're always going to have this issue between Soldier and McCree. Like, when one gets buffed, the other one is just pointless. Like, Soldier, right now in the game, because he doesn't do a ton of instant damage, all he does is charge up ultimates for the enemy team, especially with the triple tank builds going around. So if he's firing at a Roadhog or a Reinhardt, he's not doing anything. Their healers are just going to heal up, and then suddenly there's going to be an Ana boost, and it's like, oh great, or Mercy's got a res, or Lucio's got his sound barrier quicker. So he's not that effective. But making him pump out more damage like this means that he is absolutely the guy who can wreck people at medium range. Like, he's still going to poke tanks down, it's not going to be a total burn, but it means that he can fight McCree and kill him. Like, can absolutely kill McCree at medium range, whereas McCree would wreck him right now. But now he is a monster. Like, Soldier, he's a monster, guys. Next up, we've got Torbjorn. Torbjorn's had some mechanic changes, which is kind of interesting, I guess. So, when he drops his initial turret down, it builds much quicker, which is great. He also has passive scrap generation, so he just generates scrap, which makes sense because I guess he is a piece of scrap. Oh, the sick Torbjorn burn! But he generates scrap now, so if you're not going out to collect the scrap from the battlefield, you're still going to have scrap to maybe throw down the odd armor pack. You can still go out there and collect the scrap, which obviously gives you more scrap, and you'll generate scrap faster if you do that. So yeah, but he's not generating as much scrap from the bodies. He's basically getting 15 now, whereas before he was getting 25, so it's less per pickup, but he has that passive generation which offsets that, so he should generate more scrap to do more Torbjorn-y things, which is, I guess, great. I don't know. Don't really play Torbjorn. Don't think I ever will. And finally, last but not least, from the current round of changes that I can actually find, it looks like Lucio's projectile size has been reduced and possibly the speed increased. At least it feels like that. Now, it might actually still be the same speed, I'm not sure, but it's definitely a smaller projectile. It looks cleaner, I guess. Like, I don't know. Yeah. There you go. Alright guys, that has been a look at the current PTR changes. Now, I would get ready for a lot more videos like this in the future if the devs keep updating the game rapid, as they say they're going to on the PTR. I want to cover this in as much detail as I can because it's going to give us major insights into the way that they are looking to develop the game. And it also shows us what heroes they think are weak. I mean, it's obvious that Soldier and D.Va are weak heroes and do need looking at. And I guess it was obvious that May was a weak hero and needed buffing. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa, so this is Unit Lost. Remember to make a comment below on the video and any of the changes that I've missed. Do highlight them. And yeah, follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. Toodaloo.